The LIV Tour keeps gaining momentum, and this is bad news for the PGA and DP World Tour. The Breakaway Series isn't just tearing golf apart, it seems to be snatching the finest golfers in mouth-watering deals, and the PGA can't do much but watch helplessly. Aside from changing the golf world, LIV seems to be changing the lives of many golfers. When LIV Golf was launched, it announced that winners of each LIV Golf tournament would take home $4 million. Second-place golfers would earn $2.1 million, and the third place would be entitled to $1.5 million. Even the golfer coming last would win $120,000. In other words, every player receives a share of the prize money purse, unlike the PGA Tour where finishing last wins you nothing. So with offers like this and record-breaking signing deals, it's hard to think that no golfer wouldn't jump at the idea of joining the rival league. Now, with many players already shifting to the Rebel League, what do you think will be next? Want to find out? Stick around to the end, as the names on our list have the immense potential to shock you. Since the PGA LIV row began, the Saudi-backed circuit chief executive has been open to collaborating with the PGA Tour and find a lasting solution to the controversy, but the latter seems to be having none of that. Talking with reporters after the completion of LIV's first season, the league's commissioner, Greg Norman, said that he believes several LIV golfers still want to compete in the PGA and DP World Tours, but he's disappointed in the vitriol. The two-time major championship winner said he last reached out to the PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan mid-year, but declined a meeting with LIV Golf. The ball's in their court, Greg said. We have tried on all angles and all fronts, but this ill will is very disappointing. I can certainly tell you that all the PGA Tour players and DP World Tour players on the LIV want to be able to go back and play on the PGA Tour. Although they all wanted to return in the beginning, some of them are now saying no. The PGA Tour caused all of this, and is disappointing. Of course, that sounds disappointing, but what's more disappointing is a player pledging allegiance to the PGA Tour, and the next minute he's doing the exact opposite, like Dustin Johnson. But unlike Johnson, Jon Rahm declared that his heart remains with the PGA. Jon Rahm. When Jon takes to Twitter to put an end to the rumors, you know things have gotten out of hand. However, despite his insistence that he has no plans to join the Breakaway Tour, speculations about his joining the likes of Phil Mickelson and Brooks Koepka at the Rebel Series remain rife. It all started after a Twitter account. LIV Golf Insider posted that the Spaniard had already concluded plans to join LIV Golf. The tweet authoritatively maintained that Rahm would abandon the PGA Tour for the Breakaway Series. Rahm responded by knocking down the rumor with one spectacular tweet, and it was pretty obvious that they never saw it coming. Rahm jokingly said the story of his switching to LIV boosted his climb on the PIP leaderboard. I must notify you that what you've begun is a losing streak because you're wrong. I really want to thank you for the lift in the PIP, he tweeted. For emphasis, the said account has zero track record of confirming players who join the LIV, meaning it's just some Twitter bot. But unlike Jon Rahm, the next player on our list has always kept everyone guessing. Rickie Fowler. Fowler has since been associated with LIV, but he has never failed to banish the idea of switching allegiances. Rickie stated that the breakaway circuit made him a reasonable offer to transfer, and it does make sense because not only is he above 30, which makes him a perfect candidate for the Saudi-backed circuit, but he'll also earn more money than he would ever make as a PGA golfer throughout his career. However, Fowler has expressed a readiness to continue on the PGA. The PGA Tour is where I still want to be, and things are headed the right way, he said in an interview with Golf Week. He also showered praises on the PGA Tour, saying, "The Tour is the best place to play golf as a pro, and I'd like to see it continue." But what he said next left the golf community puzzled if he was indeed dropping a hint. You can't expect to stay the same way and keep being the best, Fowler concluded. Could that be a pointer that despite his loyalty to the PGA, he's not ruling out the possibility of playing on the multi-million-dollar series? Sounds so, but unlike Fowler, who dropped a hint on the possibility of dumping the PGA, the next golfer on our list openly admitted that a lucrative offer would be tempting. Patrick Cantlay. Since LIV's inaugural event, Cantlay has been linked to the Breakaway Tour after admitting that taking it up might be a little tempting if it gets a lucrative offer. Although he discussed a potential coming together intervention for the PGA and LIV Golf, he has not ruled out a future move to LIV Golf. While speaking with Golf's Dylan Dathier, Cantlay said, "It's an ever-evolving calculation, right?" He continued, "Because if over 20 of the 24 guys present this week decide to go to the other tour, then it's likely I'm going to go to the other tour. So saying I'm never going to go play on the tour, I don't think that's truthful. It's possible that the world number 4 is still on the PGA Tour because 1. Most of the guys are yet to decamp, and 2. He's yet to receive a lucrative offer. So depending on which of the two happens first, his days on the PGA might be numbered." However, while Cantlay might consider taking a bonus paycheck from the LIV Tour, the next golfer coming right up doesn't seem prepared for that. Adam Scott. What would you do if the CEO of LIV wasn't just your mentor but had successfully used his stature to lure your would-be teammates at the 10th President's Cup to the breakaway series? Yeah, that is exactly the situation Adam Scott has found himself in, with his countrymen Cameron Smith and Mark Leishman already in LIV Golf, and his mentor Greg Norman mounting pressure on him to jump ship. We might just see Adam on the other side. The former world number one has said that Norman still remains someone he looks up to in the game, and he doesn't see the LIV as pure evil. But joining the league is a big conversation he really doesn't want to enter at the moment. Dylan Dathier would later in a tweet confirm that Adam wasn't ready to join the LIV, but when he inquired further, he revealed that Scott believed he couldn't leave behind everything he'd acquired in his professional career. However, what he later said has kept the golf world in suspense. Depending on the side of things, if it's from a lifestyle side, possibly. Who would join the LIV if not for the lifestyle side of things? Well, the next golfer on our list seems to have an answer to that question, as he turned down almost $500 million from the multi-million-dollar golf series. Hideki Matsuyama. According to reports, Matsuyama was offered a signing fee worth $400 million to join LIV Golf. Dan Rappaport, a sports writer at Golf Digest, confirmed it in a tweet where he commended the pro golfer for turning down such a ridiculous sum. However, if Matsuyama had taken up the deal, the 2021 Master Champion would have been the highest-paid athlete on the Saudi-backed series, along with being the #1 sportsman in Japan and Asia. The 30-year-old is simply adored in his homeland, and Norman knows exactly that. Notwithstanding, Hideki made a tough call and pledged his allegiance to the PGA Tour. He said, "I've never been prouder of being a member of the PGA Tour, especially at the President's Cup. I'm fully committed to the PGA Tour." While the Japanese surprisingly turned down a hefty contract, the next golfer coming up on our list is believed to be the team captain of Torque GC in 2023. Xander Schauffele. Xander Schauffele is believed to be a prime target of Norman's league after wins at the Travelers Championship and Scottish Open this summer. Although it's not yet official, there are speculations that Schauffele has concluded plans to join the breakaway series and will be the team captain of Torque GC in 2023. However, the world number 6 has declared that he won't go anywhere. "Right now, I'm refusing to go. I wish to compete with the world's top athletes," said Schauffele. LIV aims to lure more big names, and from the look of things, it looks like the nightmare is not over for the PGA Tour. Talking about nightmares, you definitely want to click on this video on your screen to check out Jason Day's unending nightmares and how he got out of them to inspire others. We'll see you in the next one.